Welcome to the Royal Cruise Cast by RoyalCruiseBlog.com. We're here to help you get the most out of your next Royal Caribbean cruise vacation so you can have an amazing time on board and in the ports of call.
Here you'll learn everything you'll need to know about cruising with Royal Caribbean. We'll talk about planning, booking, shore excursions, food, beverages, answer your questions, and have the occasional guests.
We're your hosts, Sapple and Rob. Welcome aboard. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Royal Cruise Cast, Episode 3.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, we got some exciting news to share with you guys today.
Very exciting indeed.
We have launched a brand new discussion forum / message board called RoyalCaribbeanForums.com.
We worked so hard on setting this forum up. I'm so excited that we finally launched it. There's going to be sections for news, roll calls, general Royal Caribbean discussion, place for foodies, drinks, solo travelers. What else? Fashion.
Cocktail recipes.
There you go.
We'll teach you how to make the labadoozy. Or we could discuss the labadoozy or the Goombay smash. And
all nice and neatly organized and not confusing and not affected by an algorithm.
Yes.
Where your post gets lost. We're excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. So come and join us, RoyalCaribbeanForums.com. All right. Now on with the show. The topic for this episode is going to be cruising is back, which we just saw that on the Oasis of the Seas, didn't we?
Oh my God. It felt like we were at Disney World on 4th of July.
Yeah.
No, okay, it wasn't that bad. But but I may have made that comment at least once or twice, waiting in line for the main dining room the moment like My Time Dining opened.
Oh, yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah. There was, I think, over 6,500 passengers.
It was fully booked.
Yeah. Not including crew on this sailing. So
right.
It is definitely busy. And that what we've discovered last week during the earnings call through Royal Caribbean, that that just wasn't an anomaly on this one particular sailing. Bookings are at an all-time high, and so much so that Royal has actually revised their estimating earnings for the year up almost 50%.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, that's not... so
we're in the wrong industry.
Yeah. So prices aren't going to be going down on cruises anytime soon. If you want to book a cruise,
book now.
Yeah, you want to book now, book early, and I guess we could talk about some of the ways that we find helpful where you can get a good deal still on a cruise.
So I guess the first one is use an agent. We just booked the Mariner of the Seas for September to Bermuda. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah. 8 days.
Right. And where we found was one of those travel agents that blocked off group space.
Yeah, and I'm sure they've done it far in advance because their rate for the same sailing that was on direct through Royal Caribbean for our stateroom was almost $1,000 less for the same.
All in. Not per person.
No, all in. Yeah, all in. For the same sailing. So
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Some people, that's like, do I not go on vacation or do I go on vacation?
Yeah. So definitely shop around. So this deal was only applicable through this one specific agency that we decided to use for this one. I didn't see the deal at obviously any other agencies, but
because they blocked off the space for a group.
Yep, for a group on that. And so they do that all the time. You know, agencies will block off space and they'll fill it up and sell it. And hopefully they've sold it all by the time it comes to release it back to the cruise line.
Right, because group pricing is cheaper.
Generally.
Generally.
Yeah. So if there's like, for example, if the cruise line puts out a really good price when a sailing is released, say 2-3 years in advance, when the schedule comes out, they'll block that off and try to fill it for the sailing, obviously.
Right.
And they have to give any remaining cabins they've blocked off back to the cruise line. So it can definitely save you some money. So look out in advance there and see what you can find.
But that brings me to book early.
Yes.
Book early if you can't find a travel agent that did a group sailing just book early. Book for your cruise a year in advance and just pray you're not pregnant or you didn't break your leg or
Yeah, and that's why insurance.
Yeah.
You know? I think the insurance is cheap though for
Yeah,
what it is.
it's
you
not
know?
that much.
If you're spending $2,000-3,000, $4,000 on a cruise, I think insurance might be a couple $100. You know,
What was it? $50 a head when we did the Oasis? 50 or 100?
I think it might have been right around 100 all in. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look, but
in the grand scheme of things, it's really not the biggest deal because I'm clumsy and accident prone. So, I mean, our biggest deal was, hey, make sure you don't trip and break your ankle.
yeah.
I've sprained my ankles too many times in my life to this isn't a joke.
Yeah, but booking early, you know, that's the one thing, and buy the insurance if you do it.
Right.
It could be worth its weight in gold come closer to your sailing if
You really don't know what's going to happen next year.
yeah. And 1 year is being
Modest.
yeah, exactly.
We met people that have booked 2 years out.
Yeah,
Wait, when do they usually release the schedules?
generally 2 to 3 years out. you know.
Wow.
So right now you're able to book all the way out into I think middle of 24
Yeah.
or even 25 for some sailings.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Oof. Make sure you know,
Yeah.
if you're not married, put your guest as guest. Don't put a person's name.
Yeah, so book early. Some of the other thing you might want to do is you book a longer cruise. You know, well,
Oh, yeah.
because some of these sailings, like a 3-night sailing, costs just as much as a 7 or 8-night
I
sailing.
know. Because we were going to do a 3-night sailing because just to boost you over the next tier. Because
Yeah.
you only had one sailing 1 day away from platinum.
hmm
So we're like, let's just do a 3-day. And the 3 days were what? $200 cheaper than a 7-day?
Yep.
It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, I see some of them are even more money.
Oh my God,
than
really?
Yeah, like if you even compare the 3 and the 4-night sailing, so there's a lot of the like if you're a party animal, definitely book a 3-night.
Oh, and the one that goes to Coco Cay.
Yeah. But then a 4-night sailing, which, you know, so a 3-night is generally Friday through Monday. And then the 4 nights, they'll run those Monday through Friday.
And the 5 nights as well, right? 5 nights are a thing, right?
I think so. It just depends on the
Yeah.
itinerary.
But most of the time it's Monday through Friday.
Yeah, they'll have one ship that just alternates between 3 and 4-night sailings.
Mm.
But some of the longer itineraries are going to get you a better deal. So, like, if we knock it down to price per day on the ship, you could book like a transatlantic or one of these repositioning cruises where they're moving the ship. That could get you a much longer cruise at a lower price per day.
Those transatlantics, if you can afford the time off, the transatlantic cruises seem like a really good deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like best bang for your buck.
Yep.
Well, how long are transatlantics? Like a week, 2 weeks? Or oh my God, do you think I'd know the answer to this?
Yeah, they're right around 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Usually to Southampton.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And they're not that much more than a 7-day.
Yeah, I think they'll leave from, say, Florida or something like that and head to Africa. They'll stop
Yeah.
at one of those little islands in the Azores or something like that, and then make their way up.
To Spain. And,
Yep.
yeah.
So you'll get to do a lot of sightseeing.
Oh, I want to do one of those.
Then you get to fly back home.
Or take a
hang-
transatlantic back.
Yeah, hang around, take a transatlantic
Take the
back.
Queen Mary. Is
Yeah.
that those transatlantic sailings?
Yep. We don't talk about that ship because that's not Royal Caribbean.
It's still royal. So the other thing is you buy stock, buy shares. You can buy 100 shares and you get onboard credit
Yeah.
and you get dividends.
Yeah, you get
Mhm.
dividends and you get some OBC, some onboard credit.
50, 100, and 250 are the different
Yep.
options, right?
Yep, and that's what they're offering right now. Of course, that doesn't apply if you book the Rock Boat or one of these charter cruises. You know, this is only on Royal Caribbean revenue sailings that they'll offer this.
Not celebrity. Is that a separate?
No, you get that on Celebrity as well,
Oh,
since that's a Royal Caribbean brand. Yep, so 5 nights or less, you get $50. 6 to 13 nights, you're gonna get $100, and for any sailing that's 14 nights or longer, you know, you get on one of those nice transatlantics that's over 14 nights.
you get $250 onboard credit.
Yeah. So, and it's a pretty easy process. You just they got a little web form you go and fill out, upload a copy of your brokerage statement that shows that you have this the shares required. Generally few weeks before sailing, and when you climb on board, they'll have it ready for you.
A few weeks before.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they asked for you to send that in. I want to say 3 weeks, but I could be wrong. But I'm pretty confident in that.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're paying dividends every quarter.
I don't think so. Not yet.
No?
Yeah, I think we still got a ways to go. They're still recouping from 3 years of shutdowns. Next cruise, that's a way that you can also
You can get an
say-
onboard credit.
Yeah.
And
But you-
lower.
lower deposits.
Right.
Yeah. But it's just an easy way to snag some onboard credit. If you're already on the cruise, you're going to want to book another cruise, just head over to Next Cruise. You can either book it on the ship, the exact cruise you want to do, or they have a little option. You can put down $200. They'll have a booking for you, and you'll have, I believe, 2 months to go in and do your booking.
So you buy the next cruise, but you don't actually reserve anything. You don't book anything. You have 2 months to find the right sailing
Yeah.
and take advantage of that $200. No, what is it? $200 deposit as opposed to $500.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, that's a good way to get in trouble.
Yeah. Or what you can do is you can sit down with one of the employees there and in the Next Cruise booth, and they'll go over that with you and help you find a sailing. So you could do it either way. They can either find a sailing for you, or you can book kind of like an open booking. So then you got
A couple months to look for
a couple
the
months
right one.
to lock it in and get that. If you don't book it, I think you have a year then to use your deposit before I believe it's forfeited.
The actual $200 just goes towards a $500 deposit.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, that's interesting. I do
Yeah.
remember that guy was very helpful when we were on the Oasis.
Yep.
And there's also pamphlets out there too, all different kinds of sailings. We saw some cool Mediterranean ones I want to do so bad.
Oh yeah, they got some pretty cool sailings that maybe you wouldn't think about. Another thing, at least to help you save money, is just kind of be open to any of the older ships as well. I know you want to sail
That's true.
on Wonder of the Seas or upcoming Icon and be on the latest and greatest ship, but those ships always command top dollar.
That's true.
If
You
you're
early adopters, you.
look for some of the older ships, Freedom of the Seas, Liberty of the Seas, Mariner of the Seas, even some of these ships.
Enchantment.
Yeah, you could probably get a lot better deal than sailing on one of the brand new ships. So,
And those old ships are kind of cute. They're charming.
yeah, each one, you could go right down of all of Royal's classes of ships that they have, experience each one if you wanted.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we make that a thing?
I think we should.
I think we should try and get on every ship in the fleet. Shake me on it.
All right.
Seriously. What about the casino?
Yeah, you can get some deals there too.
I know before, years ago, we played a couple $100 here and there, and we got some offers in the mail, $100 off, but there were select sailings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've obviously it just depends on how you play, and they have a little algorithm that they run on everyone. So, you don't have to get the 2,500 points, maybe to get a free sailing, but sometimes you just have to watch your mailbox, check your email, and
Check on the website.
If you've played recently in the casino, just keep your eyes open. But if you are a high roller and you tend to spend a lot on in the casino, you could maybe get a free cruise,
Or discounts, yeah. So
Yeah.
how does that work? They usually just give discounts or free on sailings that aren't fully booked yet. You can't just choose one.
No, they give you a list generally
Of a few,
of
yeah.
sailings that are available, and you just be responsible for the taxes and port expenses.
Right.
That's about it. But they cover everything else. Now, we're not advocating for gambling by any means, and
But if it's something you enjoy doing, it's
Yeah.
how you have some fun.
if it's just entertainment for you, then yeah, it's cool. But gambling can be very addictive, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to end up losing your house or going bankrupt because you have a problem. But if that's not a problem for you, it's totally okay to do that if you have the means to play in that amount. Another big way is save money is booking a guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know what a guarantee is, basically it is a booking where you don't pick your individual stateroom, right?
Right, because that costs more.
Yeah.
if you want to pick the exact stateroom.
Yeah. Basically, you'll get assigned a stateroom in your selected category. So meaning an inside, an ocean view with just your porthole, a balcony stateroom, or a suite. So they'll have guarantees for each of those categories. Now, you might not see that available for every single category on every single sailing. If you look, you'll see a guarantee. And generally, the closer you get to your sailing, generally what I've seen is in the few weeks leading up to your sailing, your stateroom is assigned. You could get an awesome stateroom like
we did.
Yeah, like we booked an ocean view balcony guarantee.
All right, because you can do a neighborhood balcony guarantee too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
On
So
Oasis class ships with those.
with the neighborhoods,
With the
like the
neighborhood balcony.
boardwalk, and
Yep.
yes, and I didn't want that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, and we got deck 14.
It was a good
So,
location.
Yeah, right near the solarium. We were one deck below the solarium, and that's one of our favorite places to hang out. Kind of right towards the front of the ship, I could look out and see directly into the bridge, which was pretty cool. It wasn't obstructed.
That was neat.
But
That was really neat. I think we got lucky this time. I think we do guarantees every time, don't we? But just about.
we have done a few guarantees. We've also picked our room before.
That's right.
Yeah, with a lot of these group sailings, sometimes they'll have stateroom numbers blocked off too.
Oh,
And so you'll be
so our Mariner one, we have a guarantee or a room number?
I think we have a guarantee on that.
Oh,
So-
okay. And on the Enchantment, we picked the exact room,
Yeah, we picked it.
but it wasn't like that much more money anyway.
No.
We wanted to be near our friends.
Yeah. So if you have other people going and they've picked a room, picking your exact stateroom might be the way to go, but it's not going to save you any money. We'll go back to the agencies before. There is a website called vacationstogo.com, and they have a little 90-day ticker on their website, and you can sort cruises by the lowest price. And
This is a travel agent website?
Yep, it's a travel agent, and they have all the sailings booked, in chronological order, or you can put them in order by price,
Huh.
lowest to highest.
That's
That
a good
is
reference tool.
now that's something I've been
So how do
using
you-
for years and years and years. So.
So you don't actually book with them.
No, I never actually booked with them, but I use their tool to find sailings that I might want to check out and see what's cheap that's out there.
So you go over there and you sort by cheapest, and then you just start going down the list and be like, okay, no, that's in Texas. No, that's in Jersey.
Yep.
Ooh, this one's in Florida.
Yep.
Let me research that one more.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
I didn't actually know that that's what you did.
Yeah.
I'm like, he usually does all the bookings. I
Yeah.
just let him do it.
Oh yeah. So there's some other stuff like now for y'all with kids, be on the lookout for those kid sale free promotions that you'll see.
Those
And
are often.
yeah, Royal Caribbean likes to do that all the time. So that could save you. It could save you a little bit bringing the kids along.
I think that about wraps it up for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
covers just about everything. Those are some of our favorite ways to save money. Now, if you have some ways that you want to share with everyone else, come join us in the Royal Caribbean forums. And
Yes.
that's
And
Royal.
Teach me.
Yes, and share with everyone. RoyalCaribbeanForums.com. Register, come join us, and let's chat about everything Royal Caribbean. If you have a comment, shout out, suggestion, or question you'd like to ask us, shoot us an email at royalcruiseblog@gmail.com. And as a special thanks for listening today, we'd like to offer you 10% off in the Royal Cruise Blog gift shop. Just use coupon code podcast10 at checkout. For links to the gift shop and all of our social media, visit us at royalcruiseblog.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the Royal Cruise Cast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave us a review on your favorite streaming service.
Please share this episode with others who may be interested in cruising too. Also, please don't hesitate to let us know which topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Be sure to visit royalcruiseblog.com.
And for more great ways to connect, visit us in the Royal Caribbean forums at royalcaribbeanforums.com. Thanks for listening. See you next time.